So today our topic is Class B power amplifier. In this topic, we were discussing so far about power amplifier. Already we were discussed the difference between small signal amplifier and power amplifier. Small signal amplifier can capable to handle only low power signal, but in the power amplifier it can capable to handle high power. That means greater than 1 watts to several kilowatts power it can capable to handle. In the circuit different, only size of the transistor. In small signal power amplifier, only amplifier size is small in size. In power amplifier, the transistor size in large. That is a major difference between small signal amplifier and power amplifier. In power amplifier, it has to be used last stage of the amplifier system. The beginning stage of the amplifier system, they are using small signal amplifier. After that, we were discussed about classification of the power amplifier. How we are classified the power amplifier? Power amplifier classified based on the output and input relation, right? If the output is retained as a input with amplified version, then we will say it is a class A amplifier. The complete portion of the input is retained at the output side. If this is the input, this is the output. Complete portion of the input retained at the output side with amplified version, then it is called as class A power amplifier that we were discussed in previous class. That means full cycles will be retained at the output side. The conduction angle will be 360 degree, 0 to 360 degree. Full angle, the device will maintain the on state. For maintaining the complete input cycle at the output side, we have to set the Q point at center of the active mode. So we were set the Q point at center of the active mode. This is the area as active region area. If I consider the VI characteristics of the transistor. So transistor should act as a faithful amplifier. For that, it should be operated at center of the active mode. That means such a way that you should provide VCC, the arrangement of RC, and whatever the elements and biasing voltage to the base terminal should be given properly, such a way that you can maintain your Q point as center of the active mode. If you maintain the Q point as center of the active mode, then your output, if you are giving input, so this is the center of the active mode, so all the portion of the input will be amplified. That means it will be amplified. Output voltage should be amplified nature of the input signal. That means complete cycle will be retained at the output side. Even the current nature also, complete portions is retaining with amplified version. That type of the power amplifier we were discussed, that is class A power amplifier. What about the class B power amplifier? Even it is a power amplifier, that means it can capable of handling with high amount of voltage and current, so it is called as power amplifier. But it's a class B power amplifier. So it is a class B power amplifier means what? The output should be half of the input. Output portion should be, output of the power amplifier should be the half of the input signal. That means either it is a positive signal or negative signal. See here, your input to this amplifier circuit, why it is called as amplifier circuit? This circuit consists of transistor and it is applied with the biasing voltage at the collector side, but it is called as class B amplifier. Why? Because if this circuit is operated, then the output of the circuit only half of the input. Here you can see only positive portions are retaining with the amplified version, but negative portion, this portion is completely clipped off. So this kind of output producing amplifier, it is called as class B power amplifier. How it can be class B? Okay, class B power amplifier. This kind of output produced amplifier is class B power amplifier. How we are getting this output? Only half of the inputs are retaining with amplified version. That means only this portion is retaining with amplified version, but remaining half of the portions is completely clipped off. This is because of operating voltage and current of the transistor. What point the BJT is operated? Based on the operating point only, you are going to get only half of the input portion, remaining half of the portion will be clipped off. For this transistor must be operated in the cutoff region. So if you see the VI characteristics, This is a IC output current. This is a collector to emitter voltage. If you consider this region, there is no current flow. This area is called as cutoff area. Already we discussed. There you have to operate your Q point. Your Q point should lie on exactly at cutoff point. Q has to be lie on exactly on cutoff region. If cutoff region means, we already know, sir. Sir, cutoff region means it's off state only. No. Yes, cutoff region means it is a off state. That's why you can closely observe the circuit. Closely observe the circuit. You are going to give only out signal to only collector to emitter terminal. The simplified way, if I draw the circuit, this is a transistor. Here one collector terminal, and this VCC plus is given, minus has to be connected to the emitter terminal. So output is measured across exactly at emitter terminal. There is no different. We are measuring the output at the emitter terminal or collector terminal. There is no problem, because the different current between emitter and emitter current and collector current is not much different. Here, for example, they are taken their output measured at the emitter terminal side. But one thing you closely observe, which region now, if the circuit now, what is the operating region of this transistor? What is the operating region of this transistor? Operating region is cutoff region, because you are applying the voltage between collector to emitter terminal only, but you are not provided any voltage. See here, you are not providing any voltage, DC voltage at the base terminal. If you are not turning on the you are not giving any signal to base terminal, what will happen? Transistor goes to cutoff state. This is called as, now transistor is operated as cutoff region. Okay. If the transistor is operated in the cutoff region, what should be the cutoff region output voltage? What should be the output voltage? That should be, there is no current flow. So what is the output voltage? Output voltage means voltage across collector to emitter terminal. What is the output voltage? Voltage across collector to terminal is what? If you apply KVL, there is no current flow. There is no current flow means current through this resistor is zero. Current through this resistor is zero. So what is the output voltage? Our output voltage VCE equal to VCC. So at cutoff region, your output voltage, operating voltage, that is VCEQ, operating voltage. That is, you can see here, your VCEQ is VCC. What about your current? In cutoff region, your ICQ equal to 0. Output current is 0. This is a way you are not providing any biasing, DC bias signal at the base side. In that class A amplifier, you can see, in the class A amplifier, the collector terminal, one resistor connected at the base terminal via collector. That means VCC supply, the base resistance is connected directly to the base terminal. Such a way that we are providing some biasing voltage to the base terminal, such a way that the transistor is always maintaining the on state. So you can see the transistor, you are applying the RB base resistance, such a way that what you did, you are providing sufficient VCC value, such a way that this transistor already getting the bias current, bias base current. So such a way that the transistor is maintaining the on state. Maintaining the on state means we are making the transistor should be in the active mode. Active mode means on state mode. That means center of the area we keep. That means current should be exactly at this mid area current, like we kept. Your IC has to be exactly this mid area of the active mode, like we were set in the class C amplifier. But here it is a class B. Class B is what? It is in the cutoff mode. Cutoff mode means I am not providing any base signal to the base signal to the base of the transistor. So because of that only it is called as class B amplifier, because it is operated, your Q point is exactly lies on the cutoff mode. So your VCEQ, your transistor DC operating voltage is, output voltage is VCC, because maximum this voltage is VCC. Correct? VCEQ, because cutoff mode, so VCC. What about ICQ? ICQ equal to 0 in the cutoff mode. Now I'm going, now the biased transistor is biased in the cutoff mode. Okay. Now I'm applying the input signal. Okay. So in the class A amplifier, how the transistor has to be biased? Transistor has to be biased exactly at center of the active mode. For that, we are provided the biasing signal to the base terminal. But in the class B amplifier, where it has to be maintaining the cutoff mode. Cutoff mode maintaining means it should be maintaining the off state. Off state means you should not provide any signal to the base terminal. So such a way we are maintaining the class B amplifier circuit. Now if I applying the input signal to the base terminal, that means signal I am applying, not DC signal. I am applying the input signal, a sinusoidal signal I am applying. What will happen? When I am applying the sinusoidal signal, this is the signal to the base terminal. Now the transistor maintain the on state, because previously I am not applying the DC signal to it. So what will happen? Transistor will not maintain the on state. Now I am applying the signal to it. The signal consists of positive voltage as well as negative. This is a positive voltage as well as negative voltage. What will happen? Why the previous state was maintaining the cutoff mode? Because the base terminal not having the any signal, bias signal, that means forward bias signal. Such a way it goes to off state. Now what I am doing, I am maintaining the I am giving the input signal, sinusoidal signal. So sinusoidal signal consists of positive voltage as well as negative voltage. Now what will happen? Transistor may turn into on state. That's why I told you, when you are set your Q point in the center of the active mode, your input signal may affect your Q point. That means input signal may affect your Q point. That is why in the small signal amplifier you have to provide small signal in it. Because of that, your Q point is not very much, that we were discussed. Same way here also, your input signal, it will affect your Q point. When I am applying the forward bias, that means when I am applying a sinusoidal signal, it consists of positive signal as well as negative signal. When I apply positive signal, the device enter into the on state. That means this is your Q point. This Q point I am applying the sinusoidal signal. So what will happen? When I am applying the positive signal, the device will turn on. So device is turned on mean it will act as an amplifier. Only the positive signal, that transistor will on, so it will amplify that positive signal with beta into IB. Correct? Beta into IB current will flow at the output side. Only when the transistor will on, because the Q point will be shifted from the cutoff to active mode. Not much variation. So because of that, the device is turned on. So due to that, when I am applying the positive signal, device will on. Device is on mean only the positive portion is amplified and retained at the output side. What about the negative cycle? Similarly, this current also. So this is the output voltage. Voltage is VCE equal to what? Maximum it can go. Biasing voltage is what? Maximum it can go to VCEQ, can go to VCC. Correct? So up to this, the maximum voltage between this is what? VCEQ. That is VCC. Now same the output current. Output current also only positive cycle current will flow. Correct? Positive cycle the current will flow, but it is a alternative signal like this. Current nature will be alternating like this. Correct? So only the output current only during the positive cycle. Next, negative cycle entered. What will happen? The negative cycle ended. What will happen? Transistor again go to cutoff mode. Transistor again go to cutoff mode. Cutoff mode means what is the output? Output is zero. Output voltage is zero. That means in the cutoff mode, what is your output voltage? Maximum VCEQ only. That is this. Correct? So cutoff mode, your output voltage is VCQ, but your output current is zero. Output current is ICQ, that is zero. Again, positive cycle, output as amplified version of input nature, that is same. Voltage is like this. Maximum peak value of this is what? VCQ. When it is off, your output voltage is DC voltage, that means VCEQ. When it is on, output voltage is sinusoidally varying that. Correct? Output voltage, that means circuit voltage is sinusoidally varying that. When the negative signal enter, output voltage is not in the sinusoidal nature, output voltage in the DC nature, output voltage is VCEQ, output current is ICQ. ICQ is 0, VCEQ equal to VCC. Getting my point? So this is happening, only one half of the cycle is retaining at the output side because of your transistor is biased such a way that it will be in the cutoff mode. That means you are not applying any DC signal to the base terminal. Because of that, transistor will maintain always in off state, that means cut off mode. When you are applying the alternative signal consists of positive cycle as well as negative cycle. Due to that, whenever the positive cycle enter, device is on. Whenever the negative cycle enter, device goes to off state. Okay. So whenever the output voltage, when device is off, at the time output voltage is VCC. Whenever the device is on, output voltage alternative device is alternative current. Getting my point? Okay. Next, how it will improve the efficiency we were discussed. Now we'll see. This is a simple circuit, but we are using this technique to get the complete cycle. Only this is retaining half cycle only, but the concept is what? Class B. Class B is nothing but you are not providing any DC signal to the base terminal. But I want to get the complete cycle, because if you maintain this like this, your half of the signal is clipped off. Your half of the signal is clipped off, then we may lose the signal at the output side. But I want to improve the efficiency, but I need the complete input as output. Even I have to maintain the class B procedure. Class B means what? The transistor must be in the cutoff mode. So for that, one more technique we are going for that. That is what? Complementary symmetry class B amplifier. That means here we are using two circuit. We are connecting the two circuit. One circuit consists of NPN transistor. One more circuit consists of PNP transistor. Correct? Because we know that if I connect the NPN transistor, what will happen? Only it will retain the positive signal at the output side. Same, there is no difference. Two circuit I am connecting. So previous circuit you see, previous circuit we have like this NPN transistor. I am giving the biasing voltage like this to the, here our load is there, RE load, correct? So what will happen? Only we are provided the supply to where? VCC. This supply we are providing only collector to emitter terminal, but we are not providing any supply to the base terminal. So now the transistor is operated in the cutoff mode, correct? So when I am applying the positive sinusoidal signal, for example, during positive signal, device is turned on. During negative cycle, device goes to off state. Due to that, only positive cycle only the circuit will conduct, output is positive. Negative cycle circuit is off, output is 0. Again positive cycle on. So same way only, but I want to get complete cycle with help of cutoff mode operation. So what I will do, I will connect one more transistor. That is transistor is called complementary of this first transistor. That means I'm using the PNP transistor. This is NPN transistor. I'm going to use PNP. Sorry. Like this, current is coming from that. This is the collector terminal. PNP transistor. This is the collector terminal. So what will happen? Opposite behavior. Okay. Here collector is connected with the positive terminal. Emitter is connected with the negative terminal for NPN transistor. But PNP transistor is reverse. NPN transistor work based on the positive signal. PNP transistor work based on the negative signal. See, this and all already we are familiar. So collector has to be connected to the negative terminal. So and the emitter has to, this is the emitter has to be given with the positive via this load resistance. Load is common between two transistors. Again, this collector has to be connected. This is the collector terminal. This is the base terminal. This is the emitter terminal. Correct? This is the circuit they are given. So this is the center point is grounded. Same. Now the two circuits are interconnected such a way we are providing the input signal at two side of the base terminal. So this is called as complementary symmetry class B power amplifier. Now we can see the same operation during positive cycle of the input. What will happen? The transistor during positive cycle of the input, transistor 1 will on positive cycle. So this is a common signal. Same signal is input signal given to the NPN as well as PNP transistor. So same circuit here. During you can see here, this is the NPN and PNP transistor. Positive and sinusoidal signal given to the two base of the terminal. So same signal is applied here and here also. What will happen? During positive cycle of the input signal, the transistor, NPN transistor need the positive signal, but PNP transistor need the negative signal, but to turn on. So during the positive cycle of the input signal, the NPN transistor will maintain the on state. What about the PN transistor? PN transistor is off. What is the current flow? Current flow is like this. The current flow through the load is like that. So what is the output? Input will be your output. What is the input? Positive signal. Correct? Huh? So what about the next cycle? Next cycle, negative signal to the PNP transistor, positive signal to the NPN transistor. Sorry, yes. Negative signal, yeah, both are negative signal only. Sorry. Both are negative signal. First half cycle, both are positive signal enter into the PNP as well as NPN. Now next cycle, what will happen? The negative cycle is enter into the NPN as well as PNP. So what will happen? When the negative signal is given, it is increasing a reverse bias. So again, this NPN transistor goes to off state. But negative signal is given. What about the PNP transistor? Maintain the on state. What is the current flow? Current flow from collector to emitter. That means emitter to collector. Current flow in this direction. Higher potential to lower potential. So the current flow in the opposite. This current flow was this direction. Simple way if we say your output is nature of the input. So what is the nature of the input? Negative cycle. So like that, what you can get? You can get the sinusoidal. Whenever the positive cycle enter, the NPN transistor will turn on. So your output only half of the input. But negative cycle comes, PNP transistor will on. Your output is the half of the input. The positive cycle, NPN transistor. So like that, if you continue, you will get the complete full cycle. You can see the output waveform nature. See here, this is your input voltage. During positive cycle of the input, collector current is like this. Only positive current can flow like this. During negative cycle, collector current is this is transistor 2 will on, transistor 1 goes to off state. So during positive cycle, transistor 2 will off, transistor 1 is on. Because of that, the current flow via transistor 1. During negative cycle, transistor 1 goes to off state because it is a reverse bias. Transistor 1 will be on state because it is a forward bias. This process will continue. So, but result, we are measuring the load. So load will get, but transistor 1 and 2 only alternately on and off, but load is connected with both the transistor. So whenever any one of the transistor will on, the load get the energy. So during the NPN transistor on, our load is positive cycle. When PNP transistor on, load will get the negative energy. Positive cycle, load positive energy, negative cycle, like that. So we are going to get complete full cycle as a output. This is the same, but your transistor is allowing each transistor is on, one of the cycles only retained, remaining half cycle will be clipped off. So it is maintaining the class B operation. Now we are going to see the efficiency. How we can find the efficiency? Efficiency of the circuit, already it is a conversion efficiency. We will say eta is a eta in percentage is a conversion efficiency. Why it is conversion efficiency? It is the ratio between AC power, output power to the DC input power, DC input power. It is a converted, your DC power converted into AC power. So that is why we are saying it is a conversion efficiency. Okay. Now, what is your output? Your output is AC. Your load output is producing at the load, but your complete output as AC power. So how can we calculate AC power? AC power is alternating current, so we are notating with the help of RMS value. So we can say VRMS into IRMS. Power, this is power AC. Finally, we can write VM IM by correct. 1 minute. Okay, Vm Im by 2. Now we will keep as it is this. Now there is no problem in this power AC because already we were derived in the class A power amplifier. VRMS can be written into Vm by root 2 in terms of peak value. IRMS can be written into Im by root 2. So Vm by root 2 into Im by root 2 become Vm Im by 2. Okay. Yeah. Now Vm into Im by 2. How can we find the power DC? Pure power DC is not available because already we were knowing that when I am eliminating the AC signal, your device completely goes to off state. Completely goes to off state means power DC, if I say V into I, right? V mean what is the supply? Supply is VCC. VCC into I operating, that means VCEQ. VCEQ into ICQ. What is VCEQ? Has some voltage because VCEQ is VCC, right? That VI characteristics. There VCEQ is VCC, but IC goes to 0. So when there is no signal is given, hello, able to see the window? Yeah. So when there is no AC signal, your transistor in the cutoff mode, so your ICQ goes to 0, right? Your ICQ goes to 0. So there is no power on, mean there is no possibility of output voltage, right? So for that we are going to consider your DC power. Whenever you are applying the AC signal, at the time transistor is on. So at the time power DC at the input mean device on time. When the device on, at the time what is the DC input power? DC input power is power DC equal to VCC into ICQ. Correct? Huh? How can I calculate this ICQ? DC current. Because when the transistor 1 is on, at the time, why? Because the transistor is getting on because of the input signal. So what is the nature of the input signal? Your ICQ nature is, input signal current nature is in the sinusoidal nature, in the alternative signal. Instantaneous signal is coming. So now is what is the power, DC power? If you want to calculate this instantaneous signal DC current, I need to calculate. So IDC I have to calculate. What is IDC? This is the nature, alternating signal is the nature of the current, but this is also DC current because only one half of the cycle only it will conduct, remaining half of the cycle is not conducting. Okay, only positive cycle, only always our current nature is always positive. So this is also in DC nature only. So VCC into this current, but this is in the alternative nature. How can I find the DC current of this nature signal? So for that, already we were this a rectifier and all you would have discussed I average. You have to calculate average current for this signal. That must be IDC. That value we need to substitute here. How can we find? Because when device is on, when the positive cycle comes, at the time device will on. In the PNP transistor, negative cycle comes, device will on. But the two transistor is getting is there. So now your PDC based on two supply, 2 into VCC into that ICQ. Both are this nature only, sinusoidal nature. How can I find this ICQ? Because this is why we are making this two transistor here. The power supply is sum of this power plus sum of this power. That is why we are taken 2 into VCC into ICQ. Now, how can I find the ICQ? ICQ is what? I average of this signal. I average of this signal. How can I find? This average, if I want to find, I have to take complete cycle, because this nature is repeated. One transistor we consider during positive cycle, this nature, negative cycle clipped off. Again during positive cycle, this nature, negative cycle is clipped off. So I have to take the average value of this complete cycle. How can I find average value? Average value means what? Sum of this amplitude divided by total area what you are taken. What is the total area? Total area is 2 pi, right? Total area is 2 pi, right? Only I want to average, I want to calculate amplitude present only at 0 to pi angle only, but I have to consider full cycle, because this full cycle is repeated. So that is why VCC is there until this full cycle at the time, but here it is 0. Now how can I find? Already we know that rectifier for this, apply this one integration 0 to pi only the waveform is there. That means the waveform is Im sin omega t d omega t. What is the total area? Total area is 2 pi. Sum of the instantaneous value means we will use the integration. What is average actually? Sum all the amplitude divided by how much area you are taken. Same way, only sinusoidal nature is there from this nature to this nature pi. Remaining portion amplitude is 0. But total area we are consider 2 pi area, correct? So for that only I am summing the area between this point to this point. That means integration 0. Instantaneously we are summing by using integration 0 to pi. Im, what is the nature of the signal? Sinusoid nature, but we are measuring the current. So Im sin omega t d omega t divided by what is the area you consider total area is 2 pi. So finally, if you do it, you will get Im by 2 pi is a constant. Integration of sin omega t equal to minus cos omega t. The integration between 0 to pi. So finally, if you do that, substitute Im by 2 pi, integration of minus of cos pi, minus into cos pi equal to minus 1, and minus into minus become plus of cos 0 equal to 1. So you will get is what? 2 by 2. So you will get Im by pi. Now what is the average current of the sinusoidal signal? Im by pi. That you substitute here. So power total DC power equal to, because of the two transistor, what is that? 2 into VCC into Im by pi. Correct? This is actually DC power. What about the AC power? Power AC equal to Vm Im by 2. Substitute in the efficiency, conversion efficiency. So power AC divided by, so Vm is nothing but peak value of the output voltage. What is the peak value of the output signal? You can see here already. Here you can see when cutoff mode, your peak value goes to up to VCEQ. VCEQ is nothing but, because one more cycle is retaining. Now this is your output waveform. Now what is the peak value? Peak to peak value is 2 VCQ, right? Peak value is what? Half of the peak to peak value. So peak value is nothing but VCC. Correct? Vm is nothing but peak value of the output voltage. That means this point to one half cycle, what is the peak value? One half cycle peak value is this point to this point is VCC. Already we were, Q point is lies on the cutoff mode. So VCC is the peak value. So this VCC. How can we write current in terms of voltage? Vm by load, right? So Im can be written as peak value of the voltage divided by load resistance is RL. Vm by RL into 2. Correct? So how can we Vm already know peak value? Again, it can be written as VCC. VCC peak value of the full cycle is what? VCC. VCC into VCC divided by 2RL. This is power AC. What about power? This one VCC into again Im. Im is the peak value of the sinusoidal signal. Again, Im can be written in terms of Vm, right? So this can be written as 2 into VCC, it is a power DC, right? 2 into VCC into IM can be written as VM by RL, RL into pi, right? So again, VM can be written as, what is the peak voltage of the output waveform? VCC. Again, this can be written as VCC. Now finally it can be written as VCC square by 2RL divided by, again, 2 VCC square by RL into pi. So if you write this, we can VCC square get cancelled, and this RL will get cancelled. So this can be 1 by 2 into pi by 2. This become pi by 4. Pi by 4 is nothing but 78.5. In percentage, if you say 78.5%, this circuit will produce. Getting my point? This is called as class B power amplifier. Okay, the efficiency is improved. Just like that, if you see here, why the